Hey, Frank, aren't you supposed to be saving those for the video today? Just how many of those did you eat?
$100.
Gross.
Breaking news! A new episode of Let's Be Frank starting now!
Hello all! It's the most wonderful time of the year. It is Loquat season, everybody. Oh my gosh. Remember last year? This worked out so well. Last year, after the first Mach 1s video, I did a video telling you guys all about Loquats, my favorite rare fruit, at least rare down here. And this year, following up last Mach 1s, we're doing Loquats again. But this time, I'm not just gonna tell you guys about the existence of the Loquat. This time, we're gonna cook something. And I found a recipe that looks frickin' delicious. We're making today Loquat and onion chutney. Woo! I never even knew what a chutney was until I heard of this. We're gonna slather it over a pork chop. Boy, is it gonna be good. I'm so excited. So let's jump right into this recipe. And I'm gonna do something a bit different this time. I'm gonna list the ingredients right off the bat. So let's go ahead and start with that. So here is your list of ingredients. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of oil, half a teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 1 teaspoon of curry powder, almost said curry, 10 loquats, peeled, pitted, and roughly chopped. I'm probably gonna use like 11 or 12 though, just because they don't list a size, so I'm just gonna use a little extra. Half a large onion chopped, 2 garlic cloves minced. I have a bunch of minced garlic, I'm not gonna measure it out. Extra garlic never hurt nobody. 1 teaspoon grated fresh ginger, 1 small red chili, thinly sliced. I couldn't find a red chili at Walmart if I'm being honest, so I'm gonna use half a jalapeno instead. I like things hot and spicy, so maybe I'll use the whole thing, who knows. Half a cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons sugar, and salt. All right, let's go ahead and jump into things. And we are going to be putting this chutney over pork chops. We got a couple of really thick ones right here, so let's go ahead and do this ahead of time for the first time ever on this channel and set our oven to 350 degrees. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and cut up our onion. Now it said half of a large onion, and this ain't the biggest onion out there, so we're gonna use just a little bit more than half. There we go. Let's just dice that up a little. And by dice, I mean crudely cut it as I'm doing now. Yes, this is proper cooking etiquette right here. Alright, I think that's good. It doesn't specify like dicing them up like super thin or anything. Yeah, it just says half a large onion chopped. So this is fine. The onion has been chopped. Next, let's go ahead and de-pit some of these loquats. That takes a little longer though, so let's go ahead and cut to that immediately. Now normally I don't actually peel the loquats. You can eat them just whole hog, but the recipe only calls for it because the skins are probably just gonna get in the way. But a good way to peel these is just by taking the edge of your knife, kind of cutting down the side a little bit so you can see the skin come off, and then it should be easy to peel off from there, although it's a little hard to tell what's skin and what's fruit, so just take your time. Okay, everything's all finished being cut up. I did cut up 12 of the loquats instead of 10 just because I wanted a little extra, but while I was cutting, our oven was ready, so this time we're gonna put the pork chops in now. That way everything else can be done same time this is done. So we're gonna put our pork chops in. These are really thick. I'm gonna try for 25 minutes. If we need more, I'll do more, but the recipe calls for 20 to 30 minutes, so I'm gonna cut it right in the middle and say 25. Now we're ready to start adding things to the pot. So we're gonna do a tablespoon of oil, and go ahead and put that in the pot. We're going to do a half teaspoon of cumin. It smells really good. I don't cook with cumin very often. Then we get to do a whole teaspoon of mustard seeds. I am excited about this recipe, if y'all can't tell. I'm very excited. And finally, we need a whole teaspoon of curry powder. And there is one. Now that may not seem like a lot, but this is all gonna mix together to be one glorious dish. All right, things are moving, so we're gonna go ahead and add our onion and our garlic. Honestly, I probably cut way too much onion, so probably only gonna use about that much, which still might be a lot. Half tablespoon of garlic. There we go. That's a good sound. So we're going to keep it like this for just a little bit and let it simmer. Then we're gonna stir in everything else. All right, we are now at the point of adding the loquats. Ooh, another good simmer sound. All right, let's mix that up a little bit. And in just like a couple of minutes, we're gonna add everything else. Oh, how time flies. Our pork chops are ready already. So we're gonna go ahead and let those cool a little bit. And now it is time to add everything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put in, whoops, the jalapeno, which should be a chili, our teaspoon of ginger, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and finally it just says a little salt. I don't know how much, but that should be plenty. All right, let's stir this bad boy up, and now we just gotta wait for it to get a little syrupy. So it says wait about a half an hour, but we'll see about that. All right, I'd say that's good. Take a look at this. That looks so freaking good. Guys, I am beyond excited. Whenever I can figure out a way to incorporate loquats into a meal, I get so excited. By the way, our pork chops look great. All I did was add a little salt, pepper, and some paprika. I didn't want to overpower the chutney or anything. Got the fat gum plate and the Minior plate. Minior is still one of my favorite Pokemon. Check out that video after this one, actually. Anyway, go ahead and put some, oh yeah, on this big boy, oh yes. And put some on this one as well. Now, here's where I'm kind of going against the recipe. The recipe says to like really let it cool, even refrigerate it. I don't see an issue with serving it hot, especially because we're eating it on a hot dish. I don't want to refrigerate it, so we're gonna try it just like this, and trust me, I'm sure it's gonna be great. All right, here we go. Moment of truth time. Got my fork and knife. Make sure there's plenty of chutney. This is probably going to be extremely hot. Maybe I'm gonna let it cool. Okay, it's still hot, it's still hot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. That's so good. Wow. I don't think I've ever, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever tasted a better balance of savory and sweet. Wow, that's good. Man, I mean the sugar definitely helps with the sweetness, but you can taste the loquat. I was worried. When I first found the recipe, I was worried the loquat might end up getting overpowered by everything else, but no, this, I'm gonna try just the chutney alone now. Yeah, there's some sourness in there too. You can taste the oh boy, that makes me happy. You can taste the sour loquats. Okay, This is awesome. This is a great recipe. Make sure you follow. I mean, I was just about to say make sure you follow it to a T, but I mean, I didn't refrigerate it. I didn't even leave it on the stove for 30 minutes. So I mean, and it turned out so freaking good. If you can get your hands on some Loquats this year, by all means, make this chutney. You will not regret it. Just like you won't regret subscribing and liking the video. Leave a comment on if you've ever had a Loquat before. Follow my Instagram and Facebook at Let's Be Frank 2020 and follow my TikTok at Let's Be Frank TikTok. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm so glad this worked out. Oh boy, time to finish it. Until next time!